Hi, I'm Kathy Mills from Short Film Edits, and I'm here with Elijah Van Zanten for an interview today. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks, Kathy. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Could we start this with you telling us a little bit about you?
Okay, so I'm Elijah Van Zanten. I grew up in California, Orange County, California, and uh I'm an actor, I'm a model. I I was studying in school animation and film, doing acting classes and all kinds of fun, artsy stuff, and uh was working at a costume store while in school and was training to be a personal trainer and was just I wasn't a personal trainer yet. I was training friends and studying to become a personal trainer, and a lady found me and uh told me about a runway show, a modeling runway show. And I did it. I hadn't done any modeling before other than, acting stuff at school. Um, but did the runway show, did some photo shoots, ended up submitting to some modeling agencies. And I was working out all the time, so was in decent shape and signed with an agency, um, started booking jobs and got a acting agent, started booking stuff and been figuring it out since.
How was it working in a costume shop? That's pretty cool.
It was it was honestly, I miss it. I miss it.
Yeah,
The shop is closed now,
yeah.
but it was fun. It was fun. They had Halloween music playing all day,
Hmm.
every day. Um, there were costumes everywhere. I loved just organizing everything and going through everything, helping people pick out their costumes
Yeah.
and wardrobe and all that. It was fun. It was fun. And
A
part
different,
of it's kind of the pay wasn't great, but
yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was just a vibe that I loved.
Yeah. So you started with dressing people in different characters, and then you did
Uh-huh.
it.
Yep.
Yep.
And now I'm the one getting dressed and put in all the costumes all the time.
Love that. Okay. You began as a visual artist. What made you transition into modeling and acting?
I hmm. I think I was studying visual arts, and part of me was I had already gotten pretty for what I think is pretty good um at art and drawing and painting and all that stuff. Um and so I was going to school, but I wasn't learning as much as I had hoped for. Um and I've always been creative, always been artsy, I guess, for lack of a better word, and um, was looking for a different outlet for my creativity, and did a public speaking class in high school, or like a presentation class, and I loved it. I loved it. Was spooky. I was super shy as a kid, but it got me out of my comfort zone, and I liked it. And so I was looking for more opportunities to, I guess, get out of my comfort zone in that way and present stuff and be goofy in front of people and put on a show. And then I started taking acting classes in college, and started focusing more on that than the visual arts classes that I was taking. And was trying to apply the focus and the creativity that I could in the visual arts into the performance aspects of acting and speaking and all that stuff. So kind of went as a personal challenge, I guess.
Drawing is something that I've always wished that I could do, but can't.
Mm.
I can't do it,
It's
but I applaud anybody who can because yeah, it's great. It's a great skill to
yeah,
have.
it's yeah, it's tough, but I think everyone's got their own way to do it too, which I think is super cool. Like some people are really good at cartoons and some people are really
Yeah.
good at realistic stuff. Some people are great with colors and some people are great with black and white stuff. And it's I think it's super cool to see what everyone can kind of do with that.
My stepmom paints. All these pictures behind me are from her. So she's an
Okay.
amazing painter, but I'll stick to photo editing. That's my creative outlet.
Yeah. You
Mm.
gotta have one. You gotta have one, you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. All right. You've done both lead and background roles. What do the smaller roles teach you that the big ones don't?
Oh, what do the small roles teach you that the big ones don't? I think doing leading roles, you or I, um, from my experience, um, you're kind of focused. You're really focused on what you're doing, and you're only interacting with whoever you need to interact with, because you're trying to focus, and get things done or stay in the moment if you need to. Um, so you're not really observing the entire scale of what's going on set or what's going on everywhere. You're kind of just like getting your hair and makeup done, running lines, then you're getting your wardrobe changed, um, and then you're running over to set and rehearsing whatever you're doing. And you're focused. You're talking with the director, the other actors, or whatever department you're working with. So I feel like it's more um, focused, whereas smaller background stuff, you kind of there's not as much you have to do. Or not that you have to do, but you can relax more.
Yeah, you don't
So
have
if
to
you're
be
on
so zoned
set,
in.
yeah, you're not trying to deliver, monologue after monologue or do a 10-minute scene. Um, so you have time to kind of sit back, observe what's going on, observe the actors doing their thing, observe the directors and the crew and all the different departments doing their thing, and you can kind of relax until you're needed to go and do whatever you're needed to do. Um, so you can learn a lot just by watching what's happening. Um, whereas if you're the lead, especially, you kind of you're not really observing or absorbing as much. You're just like go, go,
On the
go,
go.
go, go.
Yeah.
Or at least in my experience, that's what I've kind of taken away from doing background stuff in the past
So a
versus
little bit
lead.
more freeing, so to speak, then. A little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot more free, less pressure too.
Yeah.
You can
Cool.
relax, chat with other people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Has being bilingual opened up opportunities in modeling or acting for you?
It has a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, I've I have a love-hate relationship with it.
Hmm.
Because I studied Spanish from kindergarten until all through high school. I did 12
Yeah.
years of studying Spanish and I speak it. I can read it, I can write it, I understand it, but I don't necessarily want to perform in Spanish.
Yeah.
Um, and so part of me, I have it on my resume that I speak Spanish. I have it on all my profiles for acting stuff, my agents know and all that. Um, but if you take me who studied it for 12 years, yeah, but it's not my native language.
Yeah.
Um, against someone who was born and raised in a country where they speak Spanish or they were raised speaking Spanish. Um, I can't compete, you know? I had a agent in the past for a commercial who would always, and I would tell him not to, but he would
Mm.
always send me Spanish auditions for like phone commercials or food commercials, restaurant commercials and ads. And I'm like, I can do them, but you can't, like, I can't compete with someone whose native tongue is Spanish. And I have booked a couple jobs where I had to speak Spanish and it was fine. It was fun, but it's not what I want to do, you
Yeah,
know?
it's not your go-to choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How does preparing for a runway shoot differ from preparing for a day on set?
Mm, mm. Well, I do love acting, but prep for a runway show or photo shoot or something of that kind uh is you don't need as much prep. I don't need to learn lines. I don't need to get in the headspace as much. It's easier to snap into it. Um, but in the past, I have, especially if I was doing shirtless or something swimsuit related, I'll have to work out
Mm.
beforehand. I'll try to diet the night before, so I won't eat anything that'll make me bloat or any crazy amount of food. Breakfast will be minimal. I'll usually do a banana, and maybe a sweet treat, maybe a chocolate or something. Um, and so it's more uh not eating as much so that you look good on the runway and showing up ready to go. Try not to be cranky because you haven't eaten anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, and there's not as much prep for it.
I could see that being
Or
more like somewhat challenging in itself, though.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, because it's not a requirement either. This is just what I've done.
Mm.
And lots of other models I've done shows with do the same thing. Um, and it's more mental, I feel like, and physical, but uh yeah, it's a different challenge.
Yeah.
You know, waking up, not eating, going to the gym, getting a workout, and then showing up ready to walk and deal with, you know, lots of chaos, people everywhere. You're getting makeup done, hair done. People are running all over the place trying to get things done. So trying to stay relaxed and calm um, under those circumstances too is a little bit of a challenge if you get hangry.
Yeah.
Whereas a day on set, you prep your lines. If you do your homework beforehand, it's you can relax more on set
Yeah.
on the day of, um, which is a lot nicer.
How does it go about with like time? So like you're on set 12, 13 hours a day sometimes. How much is it on the runway?
On the runway, not as much, nowhere near
Yeah.
as much.
Yeah.
It can be, um, if you have multiple shows over multiple days, um, I mean, say the show is at 8 p.m. I will probably show up at 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock, maybe your call time. Um, and you'll get your makeup done, you'll get your hair done, and you'll get in wardrobe, and then you're hanging out until the show starts. Um, and most of that time too, if you show up at 2 o'clock and the show's at 8, so you have a 6 hour chunk, um, you're really just waiting in line because there's lots of other models for lots of other shows going on. So you're waiting for a spot to get your hair and makeup done. That may take 20 to 30 minutes. For a guy, for a girl with their hair, could take
Wow.
them, yeah, it could take 2 or 3 hours, sometimes more. Um, And then wardrobe could take 5 minutes to put on, or it could take, 15 or 20 minutes if it's something elaborate that needs to be sewn in or
Yeah.
or put on a certain way. And then the show can last, depends, usually an hour to 2 hours, sometimes four if there's lots of different designers. And if you're walking for different ones, then you'll get your hair and makeup done. You'll do your first show, you'll run back, put on another outfit if you need to,
Yeah.
um, go walk out for the next designer, run back, put on the next wardrobe, go get your makeup done if you need different makeup or different hair,
Mm.
and then come back out for another designer. So it's a shorter time frame, but it's a lot more chaotic once it gets going, I feel like.
Yes. More on the go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, what is your favorite and least favorite thing about being on set or on the runway?
My favorite and least favorite thing about being on set. My favorite is that I'm on
Mm.
set and I love it.
Yeah.
I love being on set with everyone. The energy's usually um great. People are doing their thing. I love working and I love being at work. Um, so I think my favorite thing about being on set would probably be the people. I love just hanging out with some of the other actors or my co-stars and running lines or just, you know, kicking it while we're killing time. It's just fun. You I have some very special memories and fun times on set with people. So
Yeah.
the people, hands down. And then least favorite thing would probably be uh my least favorite. It, I love it, but I hate it's a me problem. The crafty, the food. I
Mm.
I love sweets. So if they have chocolates or cookies, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be there, eating all of it up, and I shouldn't be because then I'll usually eat a bunch of chocolate. I'll get really amped up, do some scenes, feeling great,
You
and then I'll
crash.
come down, and then by the
Yeah.
end of the day, I'm wiped out.
Yeah.
So if there's not as much crafty, then I can restrain myself more, I guess.
Well, the food is actually a hot topic, really. A lot of the time people are like, well, we want more like nutritious foods, and sometimes you
Yeah,
don't get that. So they said that can actually be quite demanding, like on a day, or challenging when you don't have proper foods. So,
yes. It can, especially yeah, usually it's like I said, a lot of cookies,
mm,
chocolates, lots of potato chips or crackers and um apart from chocolates and my sweet tooth, I do try to eat healthy.
mm,
Um and I lots of other actors I work with try to eat healthy, try to stay healthy. And there's not a lot of options at Crafty. Usually no salads or fruits, just processed foods. And you feel it too on set when you're in a scene. If you just ate a bunch of crap, you're gonna feel like crap, and your brain it just it isn't working as good as it should be.
yeah,
Compared to if you just had a bunch of water and some fruits and vegetables. So
yeah.
it's yeah, it's definitely a thing.
A lot of people are calling for change about a lot of things in verticals. I think the crafty should be a big one as
A
well.
top priority. I'm
Yeah,
right there with you. I
yeah,
I hope I hope it changes. Just for
hopefully.
not the actors, but the whole production
Yeah.
side.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, even doing, people are carrying around cameras for like 8 hours or holding the boom and things like that. They need their energy and strength for all of that as well. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Or moving lights around and
yeah.
all kinds of stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
people gotta be. You're
Yeah.
burning a lot of fuel, so got to
And it's
be,
okay if it's like maybe one day, but if it's like a 10-day shoot and you've got the same thing every day, it's kind of, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
some productions don't restock either. So you'll have
Oh,
X amount of crafty on day one, and it'll slowly dwindle throughout the week or 2 weeks until there's nothing on the
mm.
last day except for, whatever foods no one ate. So
Wow, that's
yeah,
not good.
hoping to see some changes.
Yes, that definitely needs some talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How has your modeling experience helped you acting or vice versa?
My modeling experience actually got me into the business of acting. So like I said earlier, I was studying acting in college, um, but I wasn't doing it as a job. I was just doing um, lots of classes. And I signed a modeling agency contract, started modeling, um, did some video ads and commercials through them too, uh, which led me to just meet people on set, chat with them about the industry and how to get into it more. Um, Found ways to look for jobs and find jobs, including acting jobs. And uh, just being with my agent at the time, um, was able to get recommended to acting agencies by them. And so then signed with a acting agency. They recommended me to certain productions. They recommended me to certain um, classes or um, other acting studios. Went into there. Same thing, started connecting with more people and kind of, yeah, just kept it going since and been
Hmm.
figuring it out and doing as much as I can. But
Which one
all
do you
started
feel
with
more comfortable in?
acting,
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
Honestly, modeling, and I've talked to a lot of models who I'm friends with too. So most models are very insecure.
Mm.
Uh, A lot of them, even really big ones I've worked with, are very insecure, but they can, you know, get in front of the camera and hide that insecurity or discomfort enough and focus on the posing and what you're trying to do and sell the product that it doesn't even show up on camera.
Yeah.
Um, Whereas uh, acting, you have a lot more freedom. You can move
Yeah.
around, you can use your voice, you're just talking with people is all it is. You have your lines and you're having a conversation or an argument or whatever you're doing. So it's more feels more natural, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think that it would take some training to hide those nerves because I mean, I can't hide when I'm nervous, so it takes some training for that.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
does. It does too. I've noticed too. Because I've been doing a lot of verticals this year.
Mm.
So not as much modeling as I have in previous years. And I did a photo shoot. I took a not a hiatus, but I didn't do a lot of photo shoots this summer. So I think there was a 3 or 4 month span where I didn't do any photo shoots. And I did one, I want to say 2 months ago, maybe. And I I I was surprised to find I felt like a fish out of water. I was like, wait, hold on, what poses am I doing? What poses can I come up with?
Yeah.
I got some cobwebs. I need to shake off this rust, get
Yeah.
back
But
into it.
I'm sure that didn't take long to get back into it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. After I felt it, after maybe 20 minutes of shooting, I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm good. I'm all warmed up again. Got the cogs going again. So we're
Yeah.
good.
Okay. What is the funniest moment on set for you?
Funniest moment on set. Let me see if I could think of a good one. Oh, funniest moment on set. I I okay. There was a moment on Please Bind Me Uncle, which just came out a couple weeks ago. And it's not even I there was a scene where me and Kaylin, who was playing my co-star, um, we were she was in bed and I come up and feed her some soup and we have this little spat and then she storms off. She like throws her jacket at me and then she storms off. And I turn around and my assistant or my butler is there. Harlan, played by Arlen Yerby. And he he was just I mean the three of us had a great time on set and we're having a blast. But something about it, I'm going from a heated exchange with Kaylin, um, turning around, I see him just standing there watching the whole thing, and I'm supposed to tell him I'm like, what are you doing, man? Go after her. Go get your jacket and drive her home. And we couldn't, oh God, I think we were in overtime maybe. I couldn't, me and him could not get through that little segment. So we could do the whole scene up until then. And I couldn't get the anger out yelling at him after yelling
Yeah.
at her because he's looking at me trying not to crack up. And I just it was so I don't know. It was super funny in the moment. I couldn't get
Yeah.
through it. Just
I've heard so many times that
situation
like
and
as soon as you
circumstance.
start laughing and then someone just like has that little tiny smirk, it just sets it all off again.
Oh, it gets bad sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. It's contagious and it's dangerous.
Yeah, and it takes longer, and then the DPs and the directors aren't happy.
Oh, and they're not happy at all. No, 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 no.
But it makes for a good moment for the rest of you.
It does. It does. It gets it's good. It's good to laugh too. Sometimes
Mm.
I've had a couple times where I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, guys. Just give me 5 minutes. Give us 5 minutes to just go outside, get some fresh air, and we'll be back and we'll be ready to go, you know.
Yeah. Oh, God.